Now we're going to talk about the products, and we'll start off with our famous PLID thin film from S2S, and it's our new branding, our new can. Of course, it's going to have the trigger that guys love so much, and it's a bit of a thinner can, and we're told it's excellent because it fits in tradesmen's work pockets as well. And the propellant on this, on the can itself, is propane. It is flammable. In the bulk, PLID is not flammable. So PLID thin film is an acronym. PLID stands for penetrant. It's also a lubricant. It inhibits rust, of course, and it is a dielectric. So as a penetrant, mechanics use this and love it, and they use it simply as a penetrant to get those nasty bolts off. They spray the bottom. I'm told by mechanics that they just love to spray all the bolts and nuts they have to get off, let it soak, and they come back a few minutes later and they just come off with ease. So penetrant. And I've heard that it can stand on its own against any other penetrant on the market. Absolutely loved as a penetrant. A lubricant, incredible lubricant. This is not WD-40. This stuff lasts, and it's incredible. You know, when we bought the ship to shore company, it came with the formula, and of course it also came with the formula WD-40. The chemist had thrown that in, and there's actually nothing to it, and it's not a very good lubricant at all. It is one of the best, longest lasting lubricants out there. Can stand on its own as a lubricant. There are cases where nothing else will work. It works in extreme high corrosion environments, and combined with other S2S capabilities provides unique applications. An example is a cable pulling company. They pull cables through sleeves, and they used a lubricant that was specifically designed for that. When they realized that ours was also a dielectric, also anti-corrosion, and a better lubricant than what they were using, they immediately switched to it. The other thing is it's worked in applications where no other product could last. If you look at the cover of our homepage, there's a video there. It's a long video. This woman on the video insisted the previous owner come bring a camera and film a testimonial. She was on an all-woman sailing team that went around the globe twice. And on their sailboat, they had very expensive Lumar winches, and they used the approved Lumar grease. And by the time they got to Hawaii, all of their winches were seizing. And if you've ever sailed before and your winches aren't working properly, you're in big trouble. So out of desperation, she had a 4-liter jug or 1-gallon jug of our industrial, and she replaced the Lumar grease. She cleaned them all out and put our industrial in there. Well, she then continued on from Hawaii and sailed the globe, and then sailed around again, and her Lumar winches worked as good as new all the way around. In fact, she said they worked better than new, and when she took them apart at the end, they were absolutely immaculate. So there's an application where no other product could last because it works in high corrosion environments. There's also an example on the island, in Vancouver Island. There is an experiment going on for creating electricity using tides, and in the unit that they have built, they have some bearings. Nothing else has worked but our ship-to-shore industrial. So incredible lubricant. The PLID still is a great lubricant, way better than WD-40. It penetrates into those hinges and stays in there for a long time. WD-40 is designed to not last very long, so they can sell lots of it. Our lubricant can, stay in an area for a very long time. It's a fantastic lubricant. Inhibits rust. I'll show you the video again to show you how it inhibits rust, but again, it displaces all the water and the moisture, and it creates a dielectric barrier inhibiting the rust cells from conducting electricity from a current, and when that happens, no rust can form because the rust cells are shut down completely, and it does a fantastic job at that. A dielectric, very important. Some credible stories out there from the Navy. One of them was I believe this was from the Department of Natural Defense, where a boat was sunk not on purpose and sitting down below the water for 8 to 10 months, and all of the electrical and electronics were coated with ship to shore, including the radios and everything. They had sprayed the circuit boards, and when they pulled the thing out, put power to it, everything worked. And they were blown away because that had never happened before. So they now used to have radio failures all the time. They take brand new radios now and they crack them open. They spray all of the circuit boards and connections with the PLID. They just spray everything. They don't care. Put it back together. They void the warranty, but they've never had an issue since. So even though they don't have any warranty left on the product, they don't care because it lasts. So it's safe to 40,000 volts. It protects wires. It protects connections. It protects circuit boards. So for power companies, this is amazing. For rigs, it's amazing. Oil rig, all those electrical panels that they would have, the wires, all those connections with salt air, they corrode. And look at, here's an example here of a box. And ship to shore could be sprayed over everything. If you're using the can, I'm going to warn right now, there's a warning, the can, when you're spraying with the can, the propellant is flammable. And so you don't want to spray over live electric. However, you can use a pump sprayer for the PLID and just soak everything, including the box. You'd have no corrosion on the box, no corrosion on the connections, and no issues servicing this panel. So for electric companies, going to save them hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in failed and downtime, failed boxes, failed. You can imagine just replacing this box here would be a tremendous job, because they're going to have to take the power off to the unit to get the whole thing apart. So it just saves a lot of money, a lot of hassle, a lot of everything. And I can't say enough about it for its dielectric properties. Just as another note, bizarre, but I've had 2 incidents where I've had friends with iPhones where the connection from the charger was not working very well. They had to wiggle it all around to get it to work, and it was, it would take them 2 or 3 minutes to get it to work. Stuck the spray can in there and sprayed it right into the hole. Used a paper towel or a Kleenex, I think, put up there to take out the excess. Plugged it in both times, 2 different phones, and it started charging immediately. So it displaces the dirt and establishes the clean connection. Works absolutely perfect for that.